Cardinals and your Baruch College Bearcats. Here on the starters, first for the Cardinals. Defensive specialist number 2, John Ashley Vittor. Outside hitter number 6, Akil Vaughn. Outside hitter number 7, Justin Saji. At middle blocker number 9, Andy Carisi. And outside hitter number 12, Walai Kima. Outside hitter number 13, David Allager Jr. And the Cardinals libero is number 3, Juan Rodriguez. The head coach, Andre and Titus, and the assistant coach, Tracy Marshall. Now the starters for your Baruch College Bearcats. At right side hitter number 2, Andrew Sororos. At outside hitter number 3, Steven Lopez. At center, number 7, Stallone Shancock. Backside hitter number 11, Artem Zinkin. Middle hitter number 16, Evan Tacos. Middle hitter number 17, Eddie Lucia. The Bearcats libero is number 9, Rapsang Hendrickson. Head coach of Baruch is Kevin Edwards. The assistant coach, Christy Encarnacion. Let's play ball.
Mics are hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Game 3 of our CUNYAC Tri-Match here at the Arc Arena. Here we have the Baruch College Bearcats taking on the York Cardinals, and Baruch looking for a clean 2-0 day.
You know what, Brian? I've had so much fun this far this morning. I can't believe the fun's almost up and this is our last match. Happy to have experienced it, but sad to have it go.
Of course. I mean, we always get that one Tri-Match a year on the men's side, and same for the women, so you always look forward to it.
I know we're trying. Now, York off to an early 1-0 lead. Serve Andrew Soros. Middle ball to Evan Tacos and absolutely destroyed.
I think, Jake, if I had to predict how this one will go, I think it's just going to be a lot of offense because York, we've seen in last game, has really that explosive attack between Vaughn, some of the other hitters, but same thing with the Cats. So you're going to see a lot of offense, and hopefully the Baruch block can try to counteract some of that.
I agree. I think the key here, if the Bearcats want to get in, win early, and get out of here quick, is going to be aggressively serve, but keep these serves in. Because as we've seen earlier in the matches today, York is very effective when they can have a ball they can hit, but they can't always produce a ball that they can hit.
Also staying in system, too.
Exactly. When they're in system, they're just as good as any other team, but they really kind of struggle when they get out of system and create an identity when the pass isn't there.
Nice serve there from Lopez. Here's Vaughn. And not enough penetration there on the triple block. So Vaughn picking up right where he left off.
Absolutely clinical. Number 2 serving for the Cardinals, the setter. Serves the Baruch libero. Back set to the Russian Rocket. And just out. The Rocket got all of that one, just snapped his wrist a little too far away from his body and cut that ball out.
But nonetheless, good to see Artem back on the court.
All right, coach gave him some rest. It's important to keep your guys healthy and fresh, and also just let everyone play. You know, it's a it's a big team. There's a lot of guys, and you want to make sure everyone has his experience and chemistry and in-game experience so that if there is an important game down on the schedule, that if they get their number called, they're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Really just to have depth down the stretch of any season is really important. As this ball rolling again has just been terrible.
Evan Taco's back at the line for the Cats. Ooh, and into the net. Middle serving for the Cardinals now. Big front row for the Bearcats with Zinkin, Musheyev, and Soros. Wow.
And nice to see Andrew get going there.
Oh, yeah, nice to see Andrew back. Looks like he's a little more comfortable with the boys because, you know, it's tough after taking so much time off. Obviously, everyone likes him. He has that chemistry, but he doesn't have the court experience and the chemistry because he's been away from the game for so long. So it's nice to see him come back and go into his previous self and kind of become the Andrew Soros that we're used to seeing on the Arc Arena.
Absolutely. Here's Zinkin now.
The Russian Rocket serves down the line. Might have been a double.
That probably was, but no call. Pipe attack, Lopez. He puts that away.
And that's definitely something the Bearcats have been working on establishing early and often. The back row quick attack, BIC for short, because it makes it that much tougher when you have 4 options all the time for the block to know where the ball's going. Oh, and the Russian Rocket serves it to the York College libero. Out of system ball here that 13 just keeps alive.
Back set to Musheyev.
And Musheyev on the slide.
So Baruch pretty much making quick work of that back row early on. Here's Zinkin again. Going back row, same spot to the libero. Back set now for Vaughn.
Ooh,
looking for that roll shot. Another point for the Cats is Artie's on quite the service run.
And now timeout by the Cardinals. The Russian Rocket will be serving when we get back. And the Russian Rocket served that ball right to where he left off serving. Just hitting the ball as hard as he can at the York service even, really challenging them, saying, hey, I'm going to give this ball my all. You know where it's going. Try and pass it.
See Zinkin on a nice service run here. Really creating some separation.
Oh.
Another big serve. That time going to Vaughn. Ball caught up in the rafters. You see the dust falling down. That's just not ideal.
Yeah, that's all you need. You got to control that ball. And that was a really good job by Artem. He ripped about 3 or 4 right to 6, and then out of nowhere bringing all his energy behind the ball, taking nothing off it and bringing some heat to 1. Let's see if he can pull out a serve to 5 here. Get a serve to everyone on the court. Oh, it looks like his toss wasn't where he wanted there.
Same spot. He'll
Easily
go back row to
Vaughn.
Wow.
Wow. No one was up on that A ball. Swung by number 13, David Haliger Jr., the freshman from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. And a perfect execution by him. The Baruch block really wasn't sure what was happening there. Ooh, and Musayev just didn't get all of that ball. Dispatched it out. As York's gotten a couple points right now behind their team captain, Akil Vaughn. Handled by Lopez. Looks like a miscommunication as to who was going to swing on that, Musayev or Andrew Soros. D-ball to Artem. A little low, but kept alive.
Nice kill there by Zinkin.
Yeah, great swing by Zinkin. The ball wasn't exactly where he wanted it, but he still put his all behind it. But he put his all behind it in a smart way, too. He wasn't just going blindly up being aggressive. He's saying, I'll keep this ball into the court and put it as hard as I can into the court. Andrew Soros with the cut serve. Dug by Soros in the back row. Outside ball to Lopez. And we're going to call that a block, but that might have just been into the net. Regardless, hitting air Lopez. We'll give the blockers a stat for the heck of it. Dump by Shankar. He came up really big in last year's conference finals match with a couple of very well-timed dumps. He's very sneaky with it. He's very good at going up with two hands, making it look like he's going to set.
Yeah, kind of angling your body.
Yeah, hiding it. Because the normal, a lot of setters have a tell. If they go up with only their left hand, most of the time they're just going to dump it, which is why in the first match of the day, Stallone gave such good sets when he went up one-handed, because the natural response from the defense when the setter goes up one-handed is to block the setter. But if you can go up one-handed and set the ball, that sets up pretty much your hitters to have a wide open net.
Float serve there from Musayev. Kind of eats up the libero in the chest a little bit, and that'll be a service ace.
And that's why you don't move with your hands together, Brian, because if the libero had his hands apart, he could have pulled them up and hand passed that ball, but he was moving with his platform out, and it's tough to break that once you start moving like that. High shot down the line, dug by Zinkin. 31 Devin Takas. He tips it into the block. It's kept alive. Setting up a joust for Stallone Shankar. Point Bearcats. Stallone hit the weight room a lot in the offseason, and it's really showing right now. A little confusion on to who won that point, but now we're all set back together, folks. And the scoreboard is right. The Bearcats lead 16-7 in the third and final match of today's exciting conference play. Man, Brian, I wish we could do this every weekend. Nothing like more than hosting some good conference competition in the Arc Arena.
Absolutely.
Cats are into an early 10-point lead. Manny Mushayev has been a very consistent server. His first year on the team, he really struggled to keep his serve in, but then last year in his sophomore year, really found some good consistency behind an aggressive jump float. And it's been seeming to catch them out of system right now. And Mushayev doing everything, passes the ball too. And a kill by the senior captain, Steven Lopez. Definitely a team favorite, Steven Lopez. Goes by a lot of nicknames over his career here. Dug by Zinkin. One ball to Tacos, and he sees the hole in the court and just taps it in.
Yeah, the Bearcats did a nice job.
And Tacos is smiling about that one. He knows the bench is going to give him some stuff for that, saying, hey, man, you want to swing a little bit harder? But if I was Evan Tacos, I'd tell him it doesn't matter how hard I swing as long as I get a point.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just good coordinate awareness, and boom.
Wow.
Stallone
Shankar.
Really just taking over.
Yeah, I wonder if he's been practicing hitting in practice or if that's just from his jump serve that he has that arm snap. But a great finish on that York College overpass. All behind a very strong serving run by Musayev, and that's my fault, folks. I said it was a strong service from before he finished that serve. We'll chalk it up as a service error to the booth. Number 10 in now for the Cardinals as they trail 8-20 in the first set.
Lopez coming through the middle, another kill.
Two ball looked to be a little off balance there. I'm not sure if Lopez came in a little bit too quick or if the set came out a little bit too low. Regardless, they got the point. Well, it probably wasn't the cleanest execution that they had hoped for there. Bearcats lead 21-8 now. with Shankar back at the line.
Nice jump serve going back over to Libero. It's going to be a free ball from York. Shankar, quick set to
31
Tacos.
to Evan Tacos. Perfect execution there, Brian. And as a middle, I love to see this young Bearcat team kind of form their identity around running a quick middle ball in transition, something we've tried for years to establish, but finally have the right group of guys to do it. A little jealous I'm not on the court myself right now, Brian, but happy to be watching nonetheless.
Of course. Shankar going to Tesoro's pipe attack.
And
off some
destroyed.
heads.
Cats are up 23-8.
Yeah, it's good to see Andrew back on the floor, feeling good.
Exactly. I think the key for the Bearcats down the stretch is going to be the depth we were talking about earlier, like how we were able to give Artem Zinkin, the Russian Rocket, a couple points off, a couple of sets off earlier in the day. And the same with Andrew. Let's get Andrew heated back up and used to playing, get him in the action. But if we don't need him to play or he doesn't need that extra chemistry, we shouldn't be afraid to take him off and say, hey, take today as a rest day, keep your body at 100%.
Yeah, and it's really important, especially later in the season.
That's
You're talking almost like a load management kind of approach.
Exactly. It's kind of like a load management approach, and that's why it's so good the Bearcats have such depth at almost every position this year. I really can't think of one where there isn't good competitive depth, because that allows everyone to take time to get healthy when they need that, which is so important. And while we were talking, a great kill by Akil Vaughn, one of his better swings today. He's a real offensive force for the Cardinals, and you have to wonder if he was a free agent and this was the NBA, where would he be going? Because a lot of teams in the conference could be using his offensive firepower.
Yeah.
Wow.
And speaking of firepower,
Evan Tacos silencing the York Cardinals with that swing.
So
the
Bearcats
win 25-10. Sorry. I didn't know you
So we are back here live for set number 2 between the Bearcats and the York Cardinals. And Baruch out to an early start as Stallone Shankar going over with the dump on 2.
It's trash day. Get your dump trucks out. Stallone Shankar with the dump. Now back to serve. Now he's in the back row.
And a little bit of a joust there. Kept alive by York. Coming through the middle now. It's going to be a free ball from Andrew. Set for Vaughn. Roll shot over the front row. Kept alive, but 3 touches, and that'll do it.
Yeah, a lot of good effort from the Bearcats there. Scrappy. Oh, David Sharenko with the kill. Always good to see number 6 destroy a 1-ball, Brian.
Makes you feel like you're watching yourself out there.
Brings a tear to my eye. That makes a silly face to his teammates. Oh, brings a tear to my eye, Brian. Take me back. Ooh, and number 9 does his best Stallone Shankar impression. Caught the Bearcat blocker sleeping as he dumped that ball over on 2.
Number 2,
Back set.
Oh, kept alive. Great swing by DeFang. And it's been so long since we've seen a hard-hitting lefty on the Bearcats, Brian. The last real lefty right side we had was the late Thomas Lessline my sophomore year. So it's very good to see someone with a natural lefty approach and a natural hitter come in on the right side to swing a ball.
It's definitely a different look, and you're not used to seeing that every day.
Especially because DeFang is ambidextrous, that he might. Oh, and team favorite David Sarenko is playing great right now. A little bit of tape on his fingers, but that's not stopping him, Brian.
He's going to drop back to serve here.
And if one thing's true, is number 6 will always play good in the Arc Arena. Gets his jump serve in. Ooh, and a nice kill by the York College, number 6, Akil Vaughn.
That one just stays in bounds. Here's the Soros.
Oh, and that's a great execution all the way around. Andrew might have pushed that ball a little bit too tight, but that's the exact play you want off that. A quick, consistent pass, put that ball right back to the hitter really quick. Perfect spot, perfect execution. Nice point, Bearcats.
So here's the Fang.
Oh, overpass. Drew handles it easily.
Back set.
Looks like the Fang got caught a little bit unexpected there. Free ball coming over. Handled by Rabson, the libero. Higgins swing, kept alive. Andrew Soros keeps it alive with a deep roll shot. High off the hands, played by Lopez. Whoa. That's a kill on the stats, Brian, but it shouldn't be. Dig kills, we like to call it in the industry. Steven Lopez is smiling after that one, knowing he got a little bit lucky. Nonetheless, a great defensive effort by him to keep the ball alive, but the runs ended right there by a service error. Handled by Steven Lopez. A little off balance. Not sure what happened there, but somehow the connection wasn't where it should have been. Oh, and Higgins destroys a 1-ball as the Baruch bench goes crazy. Fan favorite, Mike Higgins. They're begging him to do the signature celebration of pointing up at the stands, but he hasn't done it yet. Oh, and Andrew Soros just a little bit long.
Yeah, Higgins is definitely an electric factory.
And we saw that on Thursday night with Trine when they brought it. Oh, Higgins again. And the bench is loving it. Yeah, we saw that on Thursday night when the Bearcats hosted Trine, the Trine Thunder. They made a couple defensive substitutions and switches up in the third set, and I really got the boys into it. They put their bench setter in and moved their libero in to play outside, and it really got everyone electric, and it's an intangible kind of the energy and the chemistry some guys bring, and it seems like Michael Higgins has that X factor.
Yeah, it's really important for a team to get along. I know it sounds simple, but to have that chemistry and really that camaraderie.
Number 10 at the line. Handled by Steven Lopez. Set to Sarenko. Oh. And as we know time and time again, Brian, number 6 will execute in the middle. If history repeats itself, which it does, number 6 will get a kill. You know, a lot of depth for the Bearcats at middle blocker, something we've really struggled. We've always had good middle blockers, but have struggled with depth. We're really led by two phenomenal juniors, Evan Takos and Manny Musayev, but as seen in this set, we have some very capable young guns, our freshmen, David Sarenko and Michael Higgins. So the future's bright for the Baruch middle block.
Oh, for sure. Coach Kevin Edwards definitely has to be happy with how this group has come together. Obviously, he had a pretty big senior class last year.
Yeah, graduated a lot last year, so it's really good to see how the roles have switched and how people have filled the shoes that left. Bearcat point, a little bit of question over whether the York player was in the block, but didn't matter, ball was out.
And that's a service error from Lopez. This one's closer than it feels right now, Jake. 11-9.
Yeah, it's definitely felt like the Bearcats have dominated this set, and they definitely are energy-wise. But score-wise, it is very tight. Let's see if the Bearcats can string together a couple points and really close it out. And another kill by Sarenko.
Number 4, Sonan Georgie. And number 12, Sonan Georgie will serve.
Number 4 in the game to serve, Sonam Dorji for the freshman middle blocker. Higgins with the block. Got all of that ball, timed it perfectly. Set up by DeFang Han and Michael Higgins. Oh, handled easily in the back row by Steven Lopez. Back set to the lefty to Fang Han. Ooh, tags a York College player on the shoulder. Some people thought that should have been a double, but the refs say play on.
Kept alive. Here's DeFang again.
Han destroying that ball as the Bearcats now step away with a 14-9 lead.
This is a good-looking team, man.
It's a good-looking team, exactly. Look at all these different faces that this guy interjected in the lineup, and when you're able to do that and not skip a beat, Brian, you have a very good volleyball team.
Absolutely. That's going to be a service ace there.
Yeah, and an ace by Sonam Dorji. All you ask for out of your serving sub is to come in and keep the ball alive, but let alone get an ace. Perfect scenario, Brian. Oh, that ball rattled into the booth. Brian wanted to play it, but I was looking out for his new hip, folks, and I batted that ball away.
We've been busy here. Getting a lot of action into the booth. Keeping us on our toes, as always.
Andrew Soares with a great swing down the line, and the block was into the net. So Bearcat point as the Cats now lead by 6 in the second set of action tonight. Oh, Michael Higgins, a little misconnection there. Just pushed that ball deep. Ooh. Bearcat point. As York College hit the ball into the net. Bearcats lead by 7 now behind a strong service run by DeFang Han.
Here's Vaughn.
Ooh, caught the Bearcat block going a little early. Back set to Andrew Soros. And a kill around a triple block. Timeout Cardinals. We'll be right back. DeFang Han at the line. He's put together a strong service run so far.
I like his serve, too.
Transition ball to Higgins. And another kill from the freshman. Yeah. Hyping up the crowd with his signature celebration. They call him a Nate Chin 2.0 with his finger point. The Bearcat faithful remember Nate Chin's historic celebration of pointing up into the sky, which Michael Higgins has taken over as his own. And DeFang Han on a very good service run thus far. Bearcats are now up by 10. Ooh, and just out. But you know what? Good for him. Had a long run, and he just tried to get that ball as all and barely missed it. That's an area you're okay with as a coach. Higgins swung a strong 31 ball, but dug by the York College defense. Steven Lopez on the back row, quick attack, finds the back corner. Bearcat point.
So we're going to have a couple subs here.
Justin Alulian in the second position he's played today. Started out playing right side, now he's in to play outside. And then looks like we're switching up. We put in the freshman right side, Leon Petrovitsky, and he'll be hitting right side while DeFang Han sets. And we also put in number 1, the freshman outside from China, Qin Zheng. And the ace by Alulian. Alulian back at the line. A tough swing there, but just out by the York College attacker.
Not sure what the delay is. Something
We keep
related to the stats.
Yeah, something related to the stats, but we have some very professional staff here, and you always know if the scorebook's going to be correct. And not sure exactly what the stoppage was, but it's figured out now. Oh, might have been a double, but it's out nonetheless. Now Bearcats have set point as they're up 24-11 in the second set of the third match today, Brian. And it feels like the third match is almost over. I'm very sad by that, Brian, as I've had a blast chopping it up with you in the booth.
Of course. As always.
And the block by Higgins. Bearcats are up 2-0. We're going to a third set, folks.
We are back just about underway here in set number 3 of game 3 of the CUNYAC tri-match. So it's been pretty much all Bearcats through the first two.
An action-packed Saturday morning. I guess now it's a Saturday afternoon, Brian, in the Arc Arena.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Watching CUNYAC's best duke it out on the volleyball court. Oh, 2-ball in the middle of number 13. And just out. Looked like a real clean swing from our angle. But just out, apparently, as all the refs, staff, and teams were in agreement that ball just missed. The Fang back at the line went on a real run last match. Ooh, and a little a little too wishful there as Defeng is into set now, playing another position on the court. And he tried to bump set a middle attack there. Very tough ball to actually execute, but this is the type of match where you want to try that.
Yeah.
And his head was in the right place. The middle blocker was ready to swing on that ball. The execution wasn't quite there.
Understood. So Justin Alulian will drop back to serve for the Bearcats.
A nice serve down the line. Caught the libero by surprise. And, let's see if Alulian can do that again. I would do the exact same serve if I were him. Don't switch it up when you've had such good success. Really challenge the York defender to play that ball you're giving. And that's what he did there, and the York defender handled that. But sometimes you just have to tip your hat to a good adjustment.
Oh, wow.
Kept alive.
Great save there.
Little backyard volleyball. Set by the middle. And that ball's down.
Really nice recovery there by Baruch.
Yeah, a real good recovery to keep that ball alive. Wasn't the prettiest volleyball we saw, but there's a lot of heart on the court.
It was like bang, bang, bang. Keep it alive as that one rolls over the net.
Outside ball to Vaughn, and just out. Didn't look like the exact type of ball that Vaughn wanted to swing on, but he still gave it his all. Alulian continues to try and pick on the York College libero. Ooh, and that's one of those ones where it hits you kind of low, and you know the other player didn't do it on purpose, but you definitely feel that in your gut when the ball hits in the middle of the net with such pace like that.
Yeah. So a float serve now for Alulian. They're going to call a double.
Yeah, a nice block by David Sriracha nonetheless. Oh, ace, ace, ace. Alulian has been lights out the line. York College timeout. Bearcats are up 8-1. And we're back. Ooh, back with the service there. Alulian has had a very good service run these past two sets, but there's a slight mental lapse there as that ball goes in the net. Setter serving now for the York College Cardinals. Ooh, a little unorthodox backspin on that serve. Wow, great ball set out with pace there for the rookie outside to destroy.
Double sub here for Baruch.
As Sonam Dorji checks back into serve for David Sharenko. Bearcats lead in the third set, 9-2. Oh, ball kept alive. Good rally thus far.
Back set for Petrovitsky. Tough one, though.
Seemed to catch him a little off guard there. York point. As the Bearcats now lead 9-3. And a serving sub in for the Cardinals. Number 8, Jaden Diokananen from Brooklyn, New York. The 5'4" freshman defensive sub. Floats the ball to Alulian. And Higgins with another execution. Stallone into serve now for Petrovitsky. I have to think now that Salone's in the back row, the Bearcats are going to transition into a 6-2 where Defang Han will actually be hitting front row right side as opposed to setting, but let's see how this unfolds.
And a service ace there
by Shankar with a real good roll shot down the line. Perfect placement by the sophomore setter. And puts the ball in the exact same spot. Free ball handled by Higgins. Give it back to him. Oh, and Defang destroys it. You might have heard me there hoping to give the middle some love there, but nonetheless, set the right side. Stallone, you proved me wrong. Absolute amazing kill by Defang Han on a wide open net. Good set choice, Shankar. Good set choice.
And you see York almost getting away from what was working for them earlier in the day, which was feeding Vaughn, regardless of the kind of his position on the floor.
Exactly, and that's kind of why he's the identity of the team. And when you go away from your identity, you have to find a way to create some new energy on the court, and that just hasn't happened right now, Brian. Shankar still serving. Another good serve down the line. It's an overpass. Higgins swings on it, kept alive by the York College Cardinals. And that's exactly what we said they needed to do. Just go back to Akil Vaughn no matter where he was. Just feed him the ball. And now there's a question about a back row attack. Not quite sure what's going on. Oh, and I believe that there was a joust at the net that number 2 went up for earlier in the rally, but he's in the back row. That's the correct call by the refs. Bearcat point. So for those of you at home, the setter for the York College Cardinals was in the back row. He went up to block a ball. Didn't get caught right away, but got caught now when the ref saw where everyone was supposed to be in the serve receive rotation. Bearcat point. Bearcats lead 14-3. Shankar still serving.
He'll go into the middle of the net.
And now York can do the substitutions they were planning on doing. Number 16 into the game. Tawan Booth, the freshman outside hitter from Kingston, Jamaica. Ooh, and going for a very aggressive spot, but just missed. Would have been a beautiful serve of that hit, and you know what? Good for him. He's coming to the game, and he said, this is my power serve. This is what I'm going for, and he didn't quite have it, but you love the aggressiveness to go for that money shot. And Higgins swipes that ball into the back row. I would love to see the stat sheet for Higgins this evening, Brian. I think he is absolutely coming alive in the Arc Arena.
Yeah, this definitely has to be his best performance throughout his thus far throughout his rookie season. And that's a nice block there by Higgins.
A block by Higgins. We hear from the kid again.
Jake, I think it's safe to say the Cats are rolling.
The Cats are definitely rolling, Brian. Out of Valley Stream, New York, number 12, Michael Higgins, bring a lot of energy to this Bearcat team early into his collegiate career. And a little miscommunication there on who was going to play that for the Bearcats as a soft roll shot falls in the back row. York College point as the Cardinals try and fly back into this one, down 5-17. Handled by Alulian. 2-ball to Alulian. And just out, might have clipped the York College defender's hand, but couldn't see from this angle.
Yeah, still no call there.
York College point as they now trail 6-17. Back set to Defang Han, and a great swing, but a double is called on Shankar as that ball didn't exactly come out clean. I wouldn't have called that myself, Brian, but I respect the call of the refs. Cardinals point. Right back to Higgins on a transition 31. Triple block in the middle, and the tool by York as the Cardinals are flapping their wings to be now down 8-17 as they fight back in this third set. Outside ball to Alulian. And another hitting error by the Bearcats, just a little far by Alulian. as it's now 9-17 Cardinals. And Higgins said, that's enough of that. Let me get this run over.
And Higgins really.
As the Bearcats now lead 18-9 with Higgins serving. He's had a couple aggressive serves this far in this match. Let's see what he brings right now from the line. Oh, and an ace from the freshman. Michael Higgins at the line again, just coming off an explosive ace. Let's see what he does here, Brian. I would love to see him do it again. And another ace. Did-o-dit, did-o-dit. Did-o-dit, did-o-dit. Michael Higgins doing it all for the Bearcats in this third set.
You got to love it.
Let's see if he can do it again. I think that's a turkey, Brian, if you get 3 in a row.
Yep,
that's a turkey, folks. Thanksgiving in March. 3 aces in a row for Higgins. And the fans are losing their minds at home. We have a big Valley Stream population streaming this match, and they're loving what they're seeing right now. Let's see if Higgins can go 4 for 4 from the line with aces.
Have you ever seen it done?
I might be seeing it done right now, Brian. Oh, and it's okay. You know, you got your team 3 there, and especially this late in the match, you love that aggressiveness by Higgins. Keep going for it. Keep ripping it when you're feeling that serve. And now the Bearcats lead 21-10 as York is serving, trying to stay alive in this third set and come together with their first conference victory. And another clean swing by number 6 out of the middle, something you're used to as a Bearcat fan. Number 6 putting the ball away.
Number 14, Leon Petrovinsky, checkmate.
And DeFang back at the line.
And that ties up the back row. So yet again, another service ace for the Bearcats.
And now because we're running a 6-2, DeFang Hong will be setting in the back row. Let's see what he does with the serve here, Brian. And another ace. Took a little bit of something off that ball, had it drop in front of the York defender. Let's see if he can get a third. Match point for the Cats as they lead 24-10 in the third set of our third match today, folks. It's been a fun day, but it might be over pretty soon.
Ooh, that one's way out.
Yeah. Going for glory there, but unfortunately just missed.
Closing in on try-match point.
Yes.
Might be a new thing.
And there's a question about the score, as our live stream statistician is trying her best to keep up with it, but the scoreboard in the arena is going back and forth. We're trying to figure out if it's 24-11 or 23-11. And it is, in fact, 24-11. Game point, Baruch. We were correct in the booth.
Try-match point.
Try-match point for Baruch. Correct in the booth, not correct on the court.
And that'll do it for the Cats.
And what an amazing Saturday, Brian. It was a pleasure broadcasting this high-level CUNYAC volleyball with you. You can catch us at home again on March 10th. I believe that's a Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, against SUNY Purchase. And then this Friday, you can catch us at home against Wentworth, March 13th. On behalf of Brian Flannery, this is Jacob Rudin signing off. Roll Cats, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.